Agati na chitap Kolenjin enu tugulile geren getesiet nebo Nenyon TV baroindo ne 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 atochin Logoiywekab Emet en koindo chekakitutuna kai Nenyon ko Daisy Langata. Getaune Logoiywek County nebo Kericho lekakomonge alage chemung'arainik en county nebo Kericho akomwa kole tomo kochut siret ne lel noton nekokiyata betusiek tuten choton chekokobataita na siret noton nebo kasari nekokimuch kiyaten betusiek tuten chekokobataita. Niton ko siret noton nebo silingisiek million 240 noton nekitetat konyorunen geljina chemung'arainik kitoi bokolo ole agoi en nguni komwoe ichek kole tomo konyor anan konyor boroindo nebo koboisien kebeberatan bo siret ole niton kokimuch keyat en tarikit noton nekimuch koyat niton gavana nebo county nebo Kericho noton ko Dr. Eric Mutaya. Akot kou noton komwoe kole miten alak en kondoik chekotestai kochutyi tetutiet noton nebo siro noton ole mwoe kole kakaetabgei noton nebo koboisien siro noton ko listit anan kikimuch kewal listit noton netai nekibo chemung'arainik kikitetat konyorunen geljin siro noton.
Tunaona kama hii soko yetu imefunguliwa juzi, lakini hatuoni mwelekeo yoyote. Sasa tuko nje, tunafanya biashara, tunauza huko nje, mvua inatunyeshea, tunauza na watoto kwa mkongo, tunateseka, sio jua, sijua wakubwa wako wapi, sijua mwenyewe ndio wamechukua hizo manyumba, Kericho hakuna pesa. Sasa tunaomba serikali mkuje mtusaidie, sisi tunataka soko yetu. Ikiwezekana kesho tuingie.
Tunataka sasa tujue tunakaa aje sasa tunaelekea mwezi wa mvua. Mvua ikinyesha itatunyeshea huko nje. Hatuna hata umbrella. Tutajikinga na nini? Makaratasi tunaendelea nazo kama kitambo tulikuwa hapa ndani. Sasa tunataka serikali atutetee hiyo mambo. Tukae vizuri. Tuingie ndani.
Hii nyumba ikijengwa ilikuwa nyumba ya gorofa. Gorofa yenyewe hatujui iliendea wapi. Huku mahali wamejenga na wakaacha spaces. Kwanza soka haiwezi tosha. Hizo stalls sijui siko 200 and something na watu ni 6 something. Asiwezi tosha. Hapa nje wakati tulitolewa tulikuwa tumejenga mahali pa kujikinga mvua na jua. Lakini wakati tumerudishwa hapa eti soko imeisha, bado ninaona tutakuja kunyeshewa hapa. Sasa hatujui ni soko gani ilikuwa inajengwa. Hizi nyumba pia tunasikia kuna kwanza viongozi ambao walikuwa wanatulida hapa sokoni, wanajua kila kitu. Hizi nyumba ziliuzwa. Kila mtu ako na sehemu yake, hata hao wakubwa wote wanajifanya, hakuna mtu mwenye hana, lakini sisi wale ambao tungefaidika nazo hatujapata.
Juu mahali flow moja yote ilikuwa inafaa kukua flow ya juu ndio itosha wamama, haiwezi, hawakujenga. Sijui sasa kama walikula hiyo flow ama walifanyia nini. Hapa yote design imebadilika. Ukiangalia ile mahali mama amepewa nafasi 1 meter, haitoshi ile bidhaa mama ako nayo kuuza, ni kidogo sana. So hakuna mama atakubali kuingia hapa na hiyo nafasi iwezi tosha. Number 2, wakati market imefunguliwa juzi, shida yenye tumepata ni ya kwamba kuna watu wamekuja wanataka kuchukua hizi maduka na hawakuathirika. So mimi hii list niko nayo hapa ni list yenye nilikuwa nayo wakati tuliandika. Ukiangalia tarehe hapa ni 19th mwezi wa pili 2021.
Kapkirwang nekasakang ng'onyoshek noton ko political parties dispute tribunal kakwautiet nebo keisto Edwin Sifuna en barondo nebo sirindet neo na secretary general en chamait nebo ODM. Kamwa kapkirwang kole kaitonon noton akokas akokon tilet en tarikit 26 en arawani. Ako noton komakibendi kisuldoen tilet nekokon committee nebo National Executive Committee NEC nebo chamait nebo ODM. Kapit niton kasarta kitienetab komonge Sifuna akomwa kole kakwautiet nekoib kandoindet nebo chamait nebo chamait nebo ODM ko kiptubotoya ng'atutik chebo chamait nebo ODM. Len kasaratan komwa rubeiwotab kandoindetab chamait noton Godfrey Osotsi kole mawendi koyoni keisto Sifuna en chamait noton ako nerekyi kit nekamwa kole kokochutyi kandoikab serikalit tetutik chebo chamait nebo ODM. Lekoi kiyaimuch korob eun MP nebo Embakasi East Babu Owino nekakimit kole makisub ng'atutik en istoet nebo Sifuna. Ole kamwa kole maweskelet ichegen borchinetabgei nebo imanda nebo Sifuna. En komastanyin ko nerekyi gavana nebo Siaya James Orengo, president nebo emoni President William Ruto ene kamwa kole inendet nekiibu koimutik kebune chamait nebo ODM kitine kamwa kole kochutyi tetutik chebo chamait noton nebo ODM.
My only crime is that I have refused and I oppose any plans and schemes within the party to support President William Ruto's re-election because I have held and continue to hold the firm position that this country cannot afford another 5 years of this expensive, divisive, incompetent and disastrous Ruto misadventure. I remain a loyal member and the duly elected Secretary General of the ODM party. I remain committed to the struggle for a fair, just and democratic Kenya.
I want to call upon the membership of this party to stand firm and resist the efforts by President William Ruto to hostilely take over this party. We will not allow him.
The problem in ODM is President Ruto. We are asking President Ruto to let ODM go, let ODM alone.
My only crime is that I have refused and I oppose any plans and schemes within the party to support President William Ruto's re-election, because I have held and continue to hold the firm position that this country cannot afford another 5 years of this expensive, divisive, incompetent and disastrous Ruto misadventure. I remain a loyal member and the duly elected Secretary General of the ODM party. I remain committed to the struggle for a fair, just and democratic Kenya.
I want to call upon the membership of this party to stand firm and resist the efforts by President William Ruto to hostilely take over this party. We will not allow him.
The problem in ODM is President Ruto. We are asking President Ruto to let ODM go, let ODM alone.
Keistaige Logoiywekab ko gagawar Emet ke gabati chaba chai gabon ko mastane ba kuresto in county na ba nakoro ko sipke agaliet na ba chai ni gamai chekot ko lemi tun wan missinga angianin aga negiale en gibe bro galaga lega gon gurset ko ti ministry na ba gabati setene mo ani go gero lega mo chikuen ko ret ngena ba go nyori cheke manda genyaron Ruben korir
Kungololi kabatik choton bo chai kenduye nekatestai en kebeberta nebo cheptweche kobor kaimetab kei icheket kotinygei ak olietab chaik nemi ng'weny kot mising ngiyonien oliet nekiolchinen kabatik alak chebo emoni. Ole kaimuch kokon kurset nekim icheket koityi minista netononjin tetutik chebo kabatisiet en emoni kochutyi kwen kot mising asikobit keker kele kakimuch kiistoengei koimutyonoton kikomuch kobun icheket en kasarwek chechang.
Tunaomba president atusaidie kwa hii maneno, sababu sisi wakulima hatutaweza peke yetu. Tunataka bei ya chai iende vile inatakikana. KTDA wenyewe wamesema muangalie ya kwamba wakulima wameongezewa kitu. Alafu tunasikia wengine hapa wanaregarega kidogo, lakini hatutaki hivyo. Tunataka pesa iongezwe kulingana na vile economy ya Kenya vile inaendelea sasa hivi. Akisome serikali ile kutorete kogengo le tuguchuto katesta komie. Kokemwa kongoi kemochi PS rono kongoi amune ngalechon kokikas akobo laboratory simekwo kochomchomi chito akong'ututo chaik chok kolele yachen. Kimoche komwa computer kole hii ni namba 1 hii ni namba 2 kouno kakenyoru quality kerib ak echek kitemik kenyoru in beit nekararan asikobit kenyoru rabinik chekimuche keboisien en mbarenikyok.
Amoche awech kongoi en serikalit nekoyan keteswech rabinik kong'eten siling 23 akoi siling 30. Amun makoi kiboiboitu kinyanyasanech amakotoretech chaichuto. Lagok komaba sukul chechang amun komokomi rabinik. So kisome president yechutyi koker kole kondewech subsidy kokonech rabinik chekiriben kestabilize ng'alekab chaik.
Kokakibwa raini kokitemikab chaik keng'alal kokokikas kele kakile pongoni tarektaek komoe kokonech 23 chekocham kokonech ako kokoteswech serikalit kole kimoche keteswo koik siling 30.
koko pongezi ya serikali amun kakorirenek kokonech siling 30. Ko siling 30 chotok ko kakoyan temik tugul chebo ole burbuoni kole kimache 30 kobek arawani ketoche siling 30 en kila kilo. Ko ngomaunon komakekere kele mi kit nebo chaichu ko matokotoretech nebo kipkoi. Mamine bandek, mamine biasinik, maboe teta, koba tugul. Kemi chaichu iman kele sikotoretech en tuguk tugul chekiboisien en gaa, lakini kokong'et kowekyi let mising. Mising ko bonus kokinyoru kenyit nikonye ko kibo ng'wony mising. Kit nekikitebengei ko kiba bichu kotatun kosirtechin amun kikialdoi tugul chaik siling 23 en arawet. Kingenome 23 konome akichek siling 23. Ko tun kemi bonus konome siling 60 kekonech siling 12. So komakinaen kele ng'wony cham ketile chechok situn kechongonji bichun anan lyonen. So ko kit nekokomwa serikali anan kimwoe biikab T-port kole chaik ko kokites koik siling 30. Ko ngomi olinyon ko kokilenjech chenome siling 26. So ngot komi biik chenome siling 30 ko kursenyon ko kemwochin serikali kelenji ingondewech 30 tugul.
Akot kounoton ko kaimuch kokon kurset nekim icheket koityi kandoik chekikileweni kolitin ng'atutik cheimuche kotoret kabatik niton ko sikobit keker kele kakimuch kistoengei kaimutik chekikotestai kobun kabatik en kasarwek chechang.
Tunaomba wabunge wetu vile sasa tunajua kuna ile T Act 2020 waangalie ya kwamba imekuwa implemented fully ndio iweze kusaidia mkulima ambaye anang'ang'ana kwa shamba. Wabunge wetu waangalie hiyo maneno, mbunge wetu wa area hii naye angalie maneno ya barabara ndio chai yetu iweze kufika factory ikiwa bado iko kwa quality mzuri.
The backbone of our country is agriculture. So they have to put a law ama wapitishe bill ile inakinga mkulima kulingana na hizo vitu za wale brokers wanatoka nje wanakuja kuexploit wakulima wetu. Wapitishe sheria, hiyo sheria saa hii ya chai T Act, kulikuwa na T Act ya 2020. Sisi wakulima tunashangaa ama tu tunauliza kwa nini haichakuwa implemented na it was passed in the parliament on 2020 mpaka wa leo miaka 5.
Koroni ketinye kibawet, ketinye koya, kona kokwer chai koseretos wakulima komatinye kiy age tugul. Kesome serikali kondewech kiy service anan legut fulani netoreti temikab komosib Olengurwoni asikotoretengei amun en wakati nekakwer kibawet chai komami kiy netoretengei mkulima akomiten school fees reu ak ng'alek chechang chekimokyingei koseretos temikab Olengurwoni kotiengei shidaisiek chemi koroni. Ako kisome any wabunge yeit parliament kotoretech kabisa temik sana chemi komostab Olengurwoni.
Kamong niton en kasarta netesetai kobune kaimutik cheechen kabatikab emoni kotinygei ak beitab rurutikwak. Kurset koityi president nebo emoni kochutyi en chokyinet asikobit keker kele kakimuch kistoengei kaimutik choton kobun kabatik en kasarwek chechang. En logoiwekab komonut chetitotin chebo Nenyon TV chekaimuch koitwak agenge en agenge kong'eten kaunti niton bo Nakuru. Kainenyun ko Ruben Korir.
Kongoi mising asirindenyon Ruben Korir kobun county nebo Nakuru. Ngetokyingei county nebo Bomet lekatestab pcheitaet nebo chepkondok chebo basari en kot neking'oten ng'atutik nebo Chebalungwet county nebo Bomet lekaimuch kotuyogei sigik chebo sukulisiek cheterter asikoyonjin ak kopchechigei rabisiek choton ite milionisiek 40 koityi kipsomaninik chebo secondary. Ngenyorun Mark Kipto.
Betutab raini ko katuyechi sigik sukulisiek cheterter koyob kokwotinwek cheterter en kot neng'oten ng'atutik nebo Chebalungu sikobit koyonjin en ole bendi kopchechingei rabisiek chebo basari koyob CDF nebo komosoton bo Chebalungu.
CDF nguni ko wolotin mau yukinye. CDF chebo nguni ko kokidoublen. En regime nikiwendi ko kikonech 1,100 kepchei en every primary school. Lakini tera chebo mandazi. Konyo mandazi en style kole konech 1,200 chepche log 40 chukicho kipche log 20 kekere kele mie noton
ngwendi boyondon ne logowo kuker bunyo ko imen kere ko kalaba.
Imuch kerutechi alak en sukulisiek ak kenyoru kotestai en oret nebo kalyet tetutionoton ole koboiboenji chongindab sigik ak kobor yametab kei.
Amwoe kongoi en meng'ik chebo Kyogong amun kopche en kalyet mamite kit nekakibol ako kopche kora en oret nebo transparency ako equitably. yani mamiten chi newache kole masiche ako mara komasiche en oret nemanoton, lakini kasich biik tugul en ortinwek che choton ako nemosich kora ko kakomuita konai kole akwai tai yun kebendi. Kiokong'it ninyonet kotebes kiokong'it ako kimoche situn betusiek chebwone kora iteteswech amun mi sigik chemosich kemoche situn iteswech ak iteteswech kora boisionik.
Koker pcheetab basari mau betusiek alak chekitam kebwone kora kepche. Kinan kebirgei okot nan ot kemoiye lelen ingolelen mesirwa kichute chito nesire en kitabut kotor kole kityo kero notowo taban koronany obangange. Ko nguni ko kongoi missing kakibangan akine komie ne chebo meto ak chebo legen ko kabanganak kabisa.
Nicholas Bett ko nebo ng'echeret en lengut nebo NGCDF en Chebalungu nekamwa kole kong'eten ngunon kobendi komong'u chekisiek chebo basari ichoton.
Kenyisiek chechang ko kitakepchechingei nekit 20 million, lakini ingonyo serikalitab Mandazi ko kiketes koik 60 million, 40 million chebo high school ak 20 million chebo lagokab university. Ko kakiyai en betutab raini en sukulisiek tugul that we have in Chebalungu ko kabit kalyet akoyai en kalyet akoyai mieindo. And kit nekikoini kora moyo bichu keleini kakepchechigei ra akoib keibe koba office, yekakeib koba office kwa kiprinten ak inyon keweku kora kebwan chekibore verification ichoton komoe keker kele lakwet nekokosich nebore Daisy Chelangat ko lakwanoton nekabit en chepkesut Daisy Chelangat ko kor kakeib office kwa kiprinten ak kewek kotun keweku chekibore verifications chenyon kokere kole lakwani kokosich en chepkesut betutab raini ko noton nekosich. Yekaketestai en exercise noton kewekte koba office.
Ng'eten koneng'otin ng'atutik nebo Chebalungu nemiten county noton nebo Bomet en logoiwekab emet chebo Nenyon TV kikurenon Mark Kiptoo.
Kongoi missing asirindenyon Mark Kiptoo. Taban ak logoiwechoton bunu county nebo Bomet kokakokimit minister en ministry nebo ripsetab kalyet en emet orit. Kipchumba Murkomen kole tesetai serikalit nebo emoni ak kakwautik chebo kiyum karik chekinome kiptubotoik ak ng'atutik. Koret agenge nebo kiiwong kele sosnatet ole mwoe kole akoi en inguni kokimuch kiyum karik chotet chito 1,200 en boriet nekitokyin istoet noton nebo karik chekinome kiptubotoik ak ng'atutik chebo emoni en counties chebo West Pokot ak Turkana. Ole mwoe kole kokotestai niton anan kokotestai kisuldaen operation niton amwoe kole moyoni kamuiset age tugul kobun kandoik chebo bolotet en kasta nekisuldaen operation. Ng'ololi Murkomen en bunge nebo boror.
Mr. Speaker, I promise you this. The way, Mr. Speaker, we freed most parts of Baringo, Elgeyo Marakwet, some parts of West Pokot, and Laikipia, Mr. Speaker, we shall free that border of West Pokot and Turkana. I promise you. It will be, at the moment, the criminals are running around because they know that is still a safe area. But give us a few months, Mr. Speaker, they will have to surrender all those guns that they have. At the moment, as I read in my statement, we have collected over 1,200 guns in West Pokot, in Elgeyo Marakwet, small parts of West Pokot, Elgeyo Marakwet, and Baringo. Mr. Speaker, as we move towards Turkana, we expect not less than 3,000 guns to be surrendered. And Mr. Speaker, it will be painful. Forget about the noise you hear now, politicians speaking. The day we do what we have to do, the noise will be unmanageable. And I am prepared for that noise because I have gone through it before. The IGs prepared, the National Police Service. Because why will it be painful, Mr. Speaker? It's because, again, as I said earlier, the sponsors are sitting in this house. You know, their associates and their PAs are the ones who are buying the bullets and the guns. And Mr. Speaker, you will hear in the news, the day the police catch up with their associates and their PAs and their friends who are supplying those guns and bullets, Mr. Speaker, when they are apprehended by police service, you will hear them come here with statements and issue other press conferences. I will never be intimidated when it comes to this issue of banditry. We will deal with it and deal with it with finality, Mr. Speaker. And no amount of press conferences and stories. If it helps them to speak in press conferences to get votes, maybe. But I'm not going to do politics on this issue of security. We are going to make sure that West Pokot and Turkana are going to fight in classrooms with pens and books, not using guns, Mr. Speaker.
En kasratan kotes murkomen gole mamagant en OCS agetugul koker kole kaimuch koyapta en boisiet afisayat police netindoi kaimutik choto chebo kabwatutik anan kaimutik chebo chichoga ole mwoe kole en tuyosiek chebo jukwaa la usalama ne chekikya en county cheterter chebo emoni kokikimuch yonjin kakwautik chetinye kakayaptaet ana transfer nebo afisaek police akora tetutik chebo kitororchi boisiet ole mwoe Linton kole tokyingei niton keker kele mami afisayat police ne kaimuch kobur en ketesietab police agenge en kasta nesire kenyisiek somok.
On the question of Karatina particularly, that police officer was deployed, Karatina, Kitengela, and many other incidents where police officers have killed civilians or their own colleagues because they were drunk, is a failure by the OCS because he's the one who is in charge of the police officer. So it's not enough that that man was arrested, he was charged, and the process is ongoing. It's also important that the OCS is held into account by his disciplinary standards in terms of managing his police officers in that area. So the message must go to all our OCSs, even from this statement here, that they will be held personally accountable if they are going to deploy officers who are known to have mental health challenges or probably they are drunk or they may have social problems. You know, I asked this simple question to many of the OCSs during Jukwa, that how do you end up deploying somebody whom you know that he has marital problems or family issues? He's telling you he wants a leave for 10 days to go, and you're saying it's not possible for you to go, and you're keeping him in the station. The next thing you hear from colleagues, they're saying, nitapita na OCS, ama nitapita na mtu kwa hii station. And it is taken lightly. Mental health issues must be taken seriously. The police officers we have now are young. Some of them are of a generation that they have no stamina to deal with mental health problems. And yet, those of us who are in positions of authority perhaps forget that the police officers are a reflection of the society. Following the Jukwaa la Usalama engagement, a policy framework on transfers and promotions, ensuring that police officers serve in the same station for do not serve in the same station for more than 3 years. More reforms are underway touching on welfare, resource allocation, adequate fuel allocation, improved mobility, and modernization of police infrastructure.
En logoiywek alak kokakomwa senetaek noton ko committee noton netinye ak chikilisiet nebo boisiet nebo malikab boror noton ko the County Public Accounts Committee kole magat kenam akepchi kakwautik governoraik kesi ako tetait nebo committee noton asiketepsen kotinygei ak boisiet nebo chepkondok chebo boror. Kabit niton betusiek tuten kotab komongei governoraik akamwa kole kokotilil itet nebo tait nebo committee noton en nemwoe kole nyoru kanyalilet en kasta nekaimuch koitita tait noton nebo committee nebo chikilisiet. Olen komostanyin Inspector General nebo Police en emoni Douglas Kanjo komwoe kole mamiten kandoindet age tugul nemiten barak nebo ng'atutik ak gavanaiyat age tugul nemawendi kotuito tait noton nebo committee en kasta nekakikur kowendi kotuitos ak ng'atutik chebo emoni.
There are some of a few governors who have decided that they will not come before Parliament, which is a constitutional obligation and a constitutional duty. Where someone summoned fails to appear, there could be recourse to fines, or Parliament may request the IG of police to arrest and produce that person.
If your governors fail to appear before accountability committee like public accounts, we want to appeal to our citizens in Marsabit and any other part. If a governor fails, can the citizens assist us by arresting their governor? Because it's provided under the law, Chair.
In instances where they refuse to comply, the service under the direction of the committee is always ready to arrest and present them before the committee as requested.
En logoiywek alak ko president nebo emoni President William Ruto ak rubeiwondenyin Professor Kithure Kindiki koimuch kondochi en betutab rani kokoitoet nebo chepkondok chebo lengut nebo nyota en county nebo Wajir. Lenton kakimuch keyai en kiwanjet noton nebo Wajir Stadium. Chuton ko chepkondok choton chebo lengut nebo nyota neitorchingei koker kole kaimuch kikochin ane kasik oret agenge nebo kotoi mung'arosiek cheterter cheimuch kokanaptaengei en sobet. Kaboisien kasarata President William Ruto kokimit kole kiimuch kotil serikalit nebo Kenya Kwanza kotoi agenda noton nebo bottom up koret agenge nebo keker kele mamiten chi age tugul nekakerchi sang en tetutik chebo ketech uchumi nebo emoni.
na niko na sababu ya kutosha kupanga haya maneno ya vijana, kwa sababu mumenipatia nafasi ya uongozi katika taifa letu la Kenya, kwa sababu tulikubaliana na nyinyi mambo itakuwa bottom up. Tutaanza na wale wako chini, tutaenda katika kila kijiji, tutaenda katika kila ward kuwaunganisha Wakenya wote, ndio tuweze kutembea safari moja bila kuwacha wengine wetu nyuma. And that is exactly what we are doing, leaving nobody behind. When we said it was going to be bottom up, it was not a story, it was not a slogan, it was a reality. That is why today, as I stand in this podium, we have young people from every ward in the Republic of Kenya. Na leo hii ndio mkutano ya mwisho katika awamu ya kwanza. Nilianza kule Mumias, nimetembea kila mahali, na nimezungumza na kuongea na kuengage na vijana kama nyinyi 120 kufikia leo, kuhakikisha ya kwamba mambo ya vijana sio mambo ya baadaye, sio mambo ya mzaha, sio mambo ambayo inazungumziwa kwa sababu kazi ingine imekosa. Tunasema mambo ya vijana as an agenda because 60 to 70% of the population of Kenya is young people or are young people, and therefore they are a priority. We cannot discuss the development of our nation without the young people of our nation in the equation. And that is why we are taking time. That is why we have a plan. That is why we have an agenda that is credible, that is demonstrable, that is practical, that is intentional, that is ready for delivery. And that is why we are here in Wajir County. Mimi nimekuwa hapa Wajir County.
Kabaisi yang kasarata President William Ruto gotati siyat kanre kemite yang kamasane chikili serikali nantan go opposition ko sipke yang nemagule matindo agenda salak tukul chebendi go nyorun Nenyon bigab emoni ile magule baisi nywan gichoko go isa agenda siyata choko kamot ko serikali tena ba Kenya kwanza chebo takanapta tena tena ba neranika.
Wale watu wanazungumza huko kwa pembeni, nyinyi hamuna mpango yoyote, hamuelewi. Na mimi najua, I understand you guys, capacity yenu iko chini. Hii program is too difficult for you to understand. Kwa hivyo endeleeni kuongea huko kando. We are talking about things that are going to transform the Republic of Kenya. Kenya imechelewa kwa sababu for a very long time mambo ya vijana haikupatiwa kipaumbele the way they deserve. And that is why we are changing the equation. Wale watu walikuwa kwa mambo mazungumzo baadaye, sasa ndio wako kipaumbele. That's why I am here as President of Kenya to engage with these young people. And for the record, these young people here identified are people who do not have jobs. These people sitting before me here are those whose society may not have favored them. Some of the young people here have not gone beyond primary. Some of them have not gone beyond secondary school. But they are sitting here today with the President of Kenya because they too matter in the Republic of Kenya, because we believe in bottom up. Tunaelewana jameni? Watu wanasema ati rais angekuwa anakutana na mabalozi. Oh, sijui na nani wadosi. Sijui nani. Na hawa, kwani hawa si wa Kenya? Kwani nyinyi si wa Kenya? The same way we want to work with others. Hata na hawa ambao pengine hawana masomo ya kutosha, hata na wao tunawadhamini. They are Kenyans. They deserve my attention. They deserve the attention of the government of Kenya, and they deserve a credible program that will lift them up so that they too can contribute to the welfare, well-being, progress of the Republic of Kenya. Mnasema tuendelee jameni? Tuendelee na hii kazi? Sikizeni vijana. Vile mumeketi hapa, nimeketi na vijana wengine kama nyinyi. Kufikia leo vijana 1120. Kuwaeleza ile mnafanya, maslahi yenu, matakwa yenu ni ya muhimu kwa serikali ya Kenya.
En kasratan rubaiwata president nebo emoni Professor Kithure Kindiki kokakolos kakwautiet noton nekimuch koib President William Ruto nebo koisto ng'atutik choton chekimuch kotaban biik chebunu murot katam nebo emoni missing ko konyorunet noton nebo kibondoka. Mwae Kindiki kole niton ko kakwautiet agenge nebo keker kele bororiosiek tugul chebo emoni kokakimuch ketesyi en serikalit nemiten en inguni.
Mheshimiwa Rais hapa Wajir mwaka uliopita ndiye ulitia sahihi stakabadhi ya kuondoa ule utaratibu ulikuwa unatumika hapo awali wa vitambulisho ambao ulikuwa unabagua vijana kutoka Northeastern kwa misingi ya kieneo na misingi ya dini. Leo vijana wa Northeastern wanatumia utaratibu wa kawaida kupata vitambulisho, ile utaratibu ambao inatumika na vijana wengine katika taifa la Kenya. Ni kweli si kweli? Rais Ruto ni fire si fire? Jambo la pili, Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa mwaka mingi sehemu hii imekuwa nyuma kimaendeleo, lakini kupitia uongozi wako tangu kuwe rais, ndio sasa tumeanza program ya ujenzi wa barabara ambazo ni barabara za kaskazini mashariki, moja ya hizo barabara ikiwa barabara ya kuunganisha Isiolo na mji wa Mandera ikipitia hapa Wajir. Ni kweli si kweli? Hiyo barabara inajengwa na vile rais amesema inatoka Isiolo, ikuje Kulamawe, ikuje Modogashe, ikuje Samata, ikuje Abaswen, ikuje Wajir, iende Tarbaj, iende Kotulo, iende Kobo, iende Elwak, itoke Elwak, iende Gare, itoke Gare, iende Ramu, itoke Ramu paka Mandera. Rais Ruto ni fire si fire? Ni noma si noma?
Chitab kolenjin na kawangunetab kei nebo logoiwechoton kokakituch logoiwekab emet en koindo chekakitetunen saini. Kongoi missing chekatugul koker kole kaitun logoiwechu en oret neinegana. Kainenyun ko Daisy Langat, testai kerketesiet nebo Nenyon TV amon Kimiga.